when you play with fire, you play with it until you get burned, and then you get burned, and then you're like, yo, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to play with that fire. And then sometimes if enough time passes, you go back to the fire and you're like, I kind of want to play with the fire again. And then you get burned again. And every time you play with the fire, you have to learn the hard way to not play with the fire. But when you read God's word and you really take God's word into consideration and try to understand it and follow it, then you realize, oh, I should not be playing with the fire. So somebody who doesn't have faith is going to be like, why can't I play with the fire? And then they just say, whatever, and disregard his instruction and then play with the fire anyway. Proverbs 12:1. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. I mean, pretty much, it's a pretty harsh way to say it, but it just kind of is what it is. Somebody who hates correction is somebody who's going to play with the fire and then get burned. So if they hate correction, that means they don't want to listen. They're kind of being ignorant. That means they're going to be like, I'll be fine if I play with the fire. I'm all right. And then they touch the fire and they play with it and then they get burned. And they're like, dang, it hurts. But when you follow God's instruction, the word of the Bible, then you prevent playing with the fire. You realize, okay, it says right here in the Bible that I should not be playing with the fire, so I'm not going to play with it. So then you learn in, I guess you'd say, quote unquote, the easier way, as opposed to learning the hard way. Proverbs 11:2. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Similar situation of people who are kind of being ignorant to play with the fire. They're kind of being prideful, like, oh, they know, you know what I mean? They know what they're doing, whatever the case is. But with humility, being humble, being like, no, having that fear of the Lord, having that fear of God, like, no, like, I got to do what's right no matter what. Having that humility comes wisdom of, wow, there was a reason why I shouldn't do this. And then you realize why you shouldn't do it when you don't do it. And like the right things align and the right things happen. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.